Welcome back, dear viewers, to the fresh new episode of Elets Innovation Talk, where we engage with key policymakers and industry experts to learn about the ongoing trends in the sectors, the challenges, the various complexities, and the way forward related to the particular sectors of the economy. And continuing this journey forward, today I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Manan Thakkar. He is the MD and CEO of Prozeal Green Energy Limited. Welcome, Manan, and thank you for making our time to be with us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for inviting.
Before we begin in our enlightening conversations, let me say a brief bio about Manan for our viewers to have a clear understanding about him. So, he is currently serving as the MD and CEO of Prozeal Green Energy Limited, and he has played an instrumental role in driving the company's mission to decarbonize the energy landscape. And with over 15 years of experience in the renewable energy sector, his leadership has enabled Prozeal to install more than 202 gigawatt of solar power while expanding into EV infrastructure or green hydrogen sector as well. And his leadership has enabled Prozeal to emerge as a leading provider of clean energy solutions, meeting the needs of India's industrial and commercial sectors with their scalable and sustainable solutions. So, welcome, Manan, and
Thank
welcome back again. Thank you for your valuable time.
thank you so much. Thank you.
So, my first question, Manan, if I put it across, that Prozeal has been at the forefront of driving corporate decarbonize efforts. Could you elaborate on how your scalable renewable solutions have helped business reduce energy cost while meeting their sustainability targets?
So, Prozeal, we have tailored the needs of more than 150 corporate clients and met their power needs of more than a gigawatt for a commercial industrial customers. So, we tailor the needs as per we study their energy profile, and as per the government regulation, we revise the plant size. What is the strategy required for each kind of industry depending on their load profile. This industries right now, it's not just it's their motive is to make their product green. So as much as possible they want to convert themselves to renewable energy. So far in the green open access policy, which is a very good move made by central government of India, where the industries can convert themselves to 60% of the renewable of their power consumption into renewable energy. We are working on the innovative solutions also, like battery energy storage, wind solar hybrid system, where enabling another additional 10 to 20% conversion into renewable energy. So these industries are not making their product green. At the same time, it is financially also very lucrative for the industry. So we are helping them to scale their power consumptions, at least in this first phase, to convert themselves to green and call their product a green product. And we are very happy to assist more than 150 corporate clients in this journey. We are basically the decarbonization partners. Along with renewable energy, we are now offering other services in terms of green steam, green hydrogen, wherever it is used. We want to decarbonize as much as the processes which are used in the industries through green energy.
Shuman, in your decarbonize ongoing drive, have you come across any challenge like that? The way India is pursuing clean energy drive, although it could have argued that we have not caused this carbon emission, the Europe or the Western economies have caused. So India could have chosen otherwise, but it is driving the clean energy mission. It's become a role model for the entire world. So in the corporate sector, have you come across any corporate saying that this is not our responsibility? It's a government responsibility, and we should not play our part. It's a government responsibility, basically.
So that's the gone are the days. Now every industries want to either convert themselves to green. So there are two motives. One is meeting the sustainability goals, as well as it's, as I mentioned, they are saving on their power cost also. Okay,
Yes.
so every industry now wants to uh, call their product green. So we are catering to textile plants. So they want to call our fabric is green fabric. Steel clients want to call their product. So there's a concept called my product is green. Even
Yes.
the industries are now getting a premium for doing such sustainability moves in-house product. So there are motives on one, definitely their ESG norms are there, but it's just not because of the enforcement. Now it is making the financial sense, as well as they get a premium for their product. Their product category becomes different when they say that my power consumption and my other processes are green.
Great to hear that, Manan. My next question is, at Prozeal has involved in large-scale renewable energy projects, particularly in the commercial and industrial sectors. So, could you share details on some of your flagship projects, such as solar parks or even infrastructures that are making a significant impact on the India's energy landscape?
So there are many projects where we say we have done some different kind of, because we are always ready for the innovation and doing new kind of projects. So first we have done a very large scale wasteland project. So the land is not agriculture for the agriculture purpose. This is 190 megawatt we are doing for government of Gujarat. Okay, that's one of its kind in the state. The other project is we are just finished a CTU connected 330 megawatt for a CNI customer, and we are building on another 300 megawatt on the CTU connected. So the plant is located in Andhra Pradesh, and the factory where the power will be built is in Gujarat. So this is again a innovative model what government has started, and which is helping industries, especially where the industries where the land is shortage. This will be in longer run, this will be a very good move for the industries in Punjab, Northeast, where radiation is not good and the land is expensive. They can install a plant where good radiation land is available, cheaper land is available. So this is optimized. This is in a way optimizing the resources which are available and using the best way of radiations, which is in the state where the radiation is good. We can install the solar plant there. So these are some of the key projects where Prozeal has been involved. Prozeal is also working on a battery energy storage system for various CNI customers. So this will be a very starting point for the battery storage in a private project. So far government projects were only done for the battery. Now we'll be working on a battery energy storage system for a CNI customers. This again will help us for the nighttime power. So store the power battery will store the power during the daytime, and the factories which are will be fed the power during the nighttime. So this is another project what Prozeal is right now working on.
Great to hear that Prozeal's relentless efforts in green energy space. Uh,
Yeah.
India has set an ambitious target of 500 gigawatt by 2030, uh, net zero emission by 2017, and Prime Minister Modi at the Glasgow summit outlined his Panchamrit goal. So, how does Prozeal portfolio projects align with this mission and catalyzing India's green energy drive?
So Prozeal was quite early in terms of adopting the green energy. So we started in this sector in 2011. So it was very early when we understood that this sector is really meet is really good for the environment as well as for the end users. Very much growing at a pace of what with the vision of government is 500 gigawatt. Today, Prozeal is growing at a 300% growth every year on year basis, and we are very much aligned to the vision of our honorable Prime Minister of meeting the 500 gigawatt of target by 2030. And Prozeal is geared up to enjoy a good market share. So far, what we have been the leaders, we want to achieve the same and increase our market share uh, till 2030, and want to contribute to the vision and the goal of government of India.
So, do you feel that the target 500 gigabyte by 2030 is attainable given the pace we are in?
So see, if you see any country who has adopted a new sector, okay. So this sector, as I mentioned, it just started in 2011-12. The sector has started. So every sector takes 10 years to start the growth phase. Okay. So last 1.5 2 years, the growth phase has started of this sector. Okay.
Mm,
Next 10 years will be a very high growth. So this
mm,
target, if you see a similar story of any developing nations like or developed to be developed like China
mm,
and US, you see the majority of the installation phase would be in the last 5 6 years. Okay,
mm, mm,
so India has a right opportunity right now because the policies are favorable. Government is really adopting, and industries, as I mentioned, is also wants to convert to green. So we are very much confident that this target can be achievable because cases have happened in past in other countries, and India has a right time and the way the India has a growth for coming 10 years. I think that would be the largest economy in next 10 years. India would be leading the green energy sector. So presently we are at third. I think we can reach the top in next 10 years if we grow at this speed.
yeah, absolutely. I also agree with the same. And the greater public-private collaboration in this drive would be a major beneficial factor for India. And
Yeah.
recently, the India, in its efforts of clean and green drives, has established or been constructed, world largest RE park in Khavra, Kutch.
Yes.
And recently, Gujarat government has launched Mission 100 gigawatt. Mission
Correct.
100 gigawatt for our views to understand that Mission 100 gigawatt of energy is three times the energy needs of entire Nigeria, a country like Nigeria.
Yeah.
So it's such a huge and big things. So taking the journey forward, my next question is Prozeal is recognized as a leader in decarbonization, offering innovative solutions to reduce carbon footprints. How is Prozeal integrating advanced technologies like round-the-clock powered battery energy storage system, green hydrogen, carbon capture into its project? And how does this technology support your goal of delivering efficient, reliable, and sustainable energy solutions while meeting the global demand for decarbonization?
So, as I mentioned before, also that this is some of the innovative decarbonization technologies which will play a big role once any CNI customer have converted their power to green. What are the next things that the industries keeps on asking that we want our product to be as green as possible? Okay. So what are the other things we can do? So one, there is a concept of green steam where right now all the steam is being produced by coal. Okay. So that we want to convert to a renewable energy source, converting themselves to call a green steam, because after power, the major energy source which is required in the industry is steam. So that is being right now been almost 90% of the industries are using coal right now for the same, which is has a high carbon dioxide emission compared to a renewable energy source of steam. So that is one of the concepts where Prozeal is actively working and doing a pilot study for the same. Another is the hydrogen. Right now, many industries like chemical, then glass industries, fertilizers are already using. Cement industries are using gray hydrogen. So hydrogen is being used since long, but they're using a gray form of hydrogen. We envisage that in longer run, like every industry wants a green power instead of a thermal power. Everybody will shift from a gray hydrogen to a green hydrogen. So Prozeal is again working on the green hydrogen pilot for a CNI customers, our existing CNI customers, that how to. So right now the cost is high, definitely, but in longer run, everybody wants, as I mentioned, every industry is now geared up to make their product green as much as possible. So there's a green hydrogen. There's a concept where Prozeal is working. We are working on the uh, innovative ways of supplying power, green power also. So one of them is classic is a wind solar hybrid, where we can achieve more by 10-15% when if we go for a plain vanilla wind or a plain vanilla solar. Battery energy storage, where we can save some power, where we cannot use the power during 30 days. We can save that power and being utilized for our consumption where we cannot generate. Okay. So battery energy storage is again a very innovative solution which will come up in a longer run, RTC power, and this will help even the grid system to be stabilized. Okay. We just keep on feeding the power during the generation hours, and we don't feed any power in that system during non-generating hours. Then there is an instability in the grid system. With battery storage, we can have a stable supply of power, which will help even the government to plan their transmission infrastructure during and the expansion of the transmission infrastructure, and at the same time, industries can get round the clock power. So in longer run, the power would be solar and wind would be definitely supplied, but with the innovative models of hybrid with battery storage. So such kind of innovative models where Brazil has always been pioneer in adopting these technologies. We already started with the pilots, and we in longer run we will again supply and have more parks that are coming up in such kind of models.
Yeah, RE integration into grids has been one of the challenge. Renewable energy integration into grids. So, Progeal's solution into this regard. Would you like to specify any solution in this regard?
So, see, problem is grid integration is not a problem, but the timing of the supply to the grid is a major concern for the infrastructure companies right now, or the transmission companies in all the states, because we are either wind is generating. So what happens? Wind can generate almost 40-50% in the peak months. Okay, 50-60%, and solar is generating only during day hours. Okay, so problem is you just feed your power whenever you're generating, and just you make the grid very unstable. Okay. For that, as I mentioned before, also there are innovative ways of working around a combination of wind and solar. With batteries, we can control the supply of power as and when it is required for the industries, and can we have a stabilized flow of power from these batteries, and we can time it basically. But yes, in longer run, battery cost has already been reduced. Now it will further reduced in coming years with economy of scale. This battery power can also be economically viable in longer run, and it will help both grid integration, grid stability, and can be utilized for day and night at both the times.
Last question, Manan. As renewable energy becomes a critical part of corporate sustainability strategies, how does Progeal incorporate CSR into its operation? And could you provide insights into how Progeal is working to make renewable energy more accessible and what role it plays in the company's broader sustainability commitments?
Yeah. So CSR, Prozeal has been since we are into green energy, ESG is a very critical part of Prozeal in-house, as well as in terms of CSR, wherever the solar parks are made, we ensure that the local employment is is been increased in that particular region. So we have seen where we have installed parks, we are almost further during construction time, almost 500 people get skilled and unskilled labor get a job in our park area. And post that there is a maintenance for which goes on for 30 years. Okay. So during that maintenance, even the local people get the employment. Okay, this is a very important thing, because all the parks are in the rural areas. Okay, so we ensure that we uplift them in terms of getting giving them employment. Another thing, we in terms of making a talent pool at that area, we are giving trainings to students who are working there. And we have seen some of the cases where somebody working in the urban area, leaving their homes, might come back to their villages and nearby where the park is there, because they get a good engineering or a skilled job nearby. Okay, so they can stay with their families. So this is one of the good examples we have seen, where people get to tend to get jobs nearby their villages and nearby their smaller towns. I think we have worked on giving trainings to schools, nearby schools, and giving some kind of softwares which helps them to learn more, where these facilities of infrastructure facilities are not there as such right now in the rural areas. We have our team has worked quite fantastically into upliftment of this school infrastructure nearby the parks where we have constructed our solar parks.
Thank you, Manan. Thank you for
Ah,
sharing your valuable insights. It was great to hear as to how Prozeal is making relentless effort in India's decarbonized energy landscape. And
yeah.
from green hydrogen to EV to solar, Prozeal is making dents on every front of the clean energy technology. So thank you for sharing your valuable insights, and we'll look forward to hosting you again for this EV dialogue.